Today I'll be reviewing the Trustfire Gm23 weapon mounted light. Let's check it out. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quentin and the Gun Guy. Today we're reviewing the Trustfire Gm23 weapon mounted light. This is a compact weapon mounted light. As with all my reviews, I'll be going through a quick unboxing and then any special features, some construction, some advantages, and then things that I don't like about it, because you can't like everything. Now, just a disclaimer, this torch was sent to me by Henry Bierman from Torch SA. He sent it to me for review and just to check it out. And so I just want to say thanks a lot, Henry, for trusting a small channel like mine to review one of the new products in South Africa. This normally goes for 1,499 Rand. The link will be in the description from where you can get it on their website. What do you get in the box? As expected, you get the weapon mounted light, the Gm23 from Trustfire. You also get a micro USB adapter that goes into any of the modern chargers. This is just to charge the light, so that you get in the box as well. And also you get a Torx wrench and a soft cloth just to clean the lens. As you can see there's like a little bar that you get there. That's just to change the thickness of the bar, whichever weapon that you're running, whether it's Glock or whether it's Picatinny. I changed it over to the thicker one that fits a bit better into my Glock, and it also luckily fits into my Picatinny very well that I'm running on my AR-15. Let's get to the construction and technical specs. This is a aluminium anodized body. This is a nice big lens that you get. Behind the lens is a Cree LED. This is 800 lumens, which it can maintain for 65 minutes with a throw of 90 meters. It is drop tested to 1 meter. It produces 2025 candelas. Now on the subject of drop testing it, now I'm used to the PL-22 that I'm running on my Glock. That's actually, it has a bit of a spring to it. So if you attach it, forum is safe. So if you attach it to your weapon, it sticks there without you having to lock it in place. So because I'm used to this system, what actually happened to this Trustfire, that's why it's got a few knocks here and there, is if I connect it to my Glock like that, whenever I take it off, I'm used to just clipping it off. So what happens is if I clip it off, it drops like that. So it's been drop tested, conservatively speaking, about 20 times, because I've been testing it, playing around with it, because as all guys do, a new toy, you have to play with it. So drop testing, I can really attest to the strength of the drop testing. So this is quite a clever torch. This has two operating modes. The one mode is normal daily use mode. If I press in the button for a long press, it's going to activate the light. If I release it, it's going to switch the light off. Quick press is going to keep it on, exactly like you see in the O-Light series. Difference though is if I keep this in for 5 seconds, it's going to switch to tactical mode. So this is if you are scared of activating your torch by accident, maybe it's going to keep it on, it's going to run down your battery. Now it's in tactical mode, which I actually tested at night as well, but you'll see that in a bit. Now if I push in this button quickly, which normally switches it on, it just that quick beam, so it's not activated permanently. If I push it in and leave it in, it's going to go into a flashing mode, which is your tactical shooting mode. If I leave it in for 5 seconds, now you can see it's staying on. Now it's back to daily use mode. So quite a clever little function. So if you maybe are running it on your rifle, which I'll show you now, you might be scared of maybe putting it to the side and activating by accident. That's one of the uses. Or if you are scared of maybe activating it in your holster and the torch running down, so when you need it, it's not going to be able to work because it's run down. So two uses. I like to run it in the daily use mode, because in a Cardex holster, it's probably not going to be a problem. Now let's mount it on the different weapon systems. So let's go Glock first. As you've seen earlier, it's quite easy to mount it. Locks in place. What I quite like is that it's flush with my muzzle. That's exactly the same way that I'm running my PL-Mini2 anyway. I just like it being flush with my muzzle, and it gives me a bit of a better purchase when I'm running it inside my holster. So it gives me a bit of a more grip, because holsters made for weapon mounted lights, they basically grip on the torch. So with the adjustable ratchet of the PL Mini, it gives you a different purchase, but this is non-adjustable, so this is just solidly in place. Next up is going to be the AR. So I like to mount it all the way in front, so it clips in there, and now it's on my AR. This works really nice on my AR. How small is that print? When I'm running it, I like to use a C-clamp. So as I'm there, I like to just push down, and that's activating it there. So nice and easy system. C-clamp there, and that works absolutely awesome with the AR, especially for maybe CQB work or normal defensive shooting distances, if you are using this. Or competitions or anything like that you might be running, maybe courses at night. So this is the new home for it. I did run the next torch, as you guys maybe have seen in my previous video. That should be popping up here now. This is the next torch. That was a lot bigger. Look at that size difference. Hope you can see it there on the camera. If I look and put the Picatinny in line, that's that whole bit that is sticking out there, and a massive difference. So really nice on any weapons. So because it's a weapon mounted light, we need to check the light that it actually creates. If it's a usable light, which you can use in a defensive purpose way. So let's check out the different distances that I've got here in my garden. Let's check that out now. Let's check out the torch performance in normal shooting distances. This is going to be 5 meters. As you can see, quite a solid hotspot. Let's move on to 15 meters. So 15 meters will be to the tree that you can see there, and just past that, that's going to be 20 meters right to the wall. So that's quite a lot of illumination from a small weapon light. Let's move down to 25 meters. 25 meters, that's going to be all the way to the wall. As you can see there, that's going to be 25. So as you can see, that's quite a lot of light and a solid hotspot from a small weapon mounted light. As you saw in the video there, that's a proper usable flashlight or weapon mounted light. It has a good throw, it has a very good hotspot, so that's just good for target acquisition. And then running out to that further 25 meter mark, that actually had very good identification and still a good hotspot for that. So that everything is from a small package like this. This is the PL-Mini2. Look at that size difference, and you get 200 more lumens from this. I'm not going to do a comparison video now. I might do one later, in which I'll compare construction and features and maybe some hotspot and practical usage. So the main thing about a weapon mounted light is that you need to be able to use it on a weapon. So the two problems that you get in weapon mounted lights that you might run into is the mounting system. So because it's taking impact from recoil, the mounting systems they fail. So that's one of the failure points in weapon mounted lights. The other one is because of the recoil, it starts to flicker. So whenever it's taking recoil, you're going to see, especially in rifles, maybe not as much in pistols, you might get a bit of a flicker from the flashlight. So that's just the electronics or the lights or anything like that. That's going to show you that it might fail in future, or probably is going to fail in future. So that's something that you don't want to see. So I took this out to a friend of mine's farm just to check it out, and then you'll see that I ran it on the Glock 19 first, and then after that I ran it on the AR-15. You'll see that I use it in two modes. I use it in the tactical mode that you saw. If you keep it in, you'll see the light flash. and then after that I used it in normal daily mode on the AR-15, where I just switched it on and checked if I can see it flickering, which it definitely didn't do. Now for the disadvantages, so there's not really many. The one that I can think of is adjustability, is non-adjustable. So this is a lot like the PL Mini 1, so that's non-adjustable, but I really think that it is going to be a contender in the market. It hasn't really gotten traction yet, which gets me to my next disadvantage. It's going to be difficult to find a holster manufacturer making holsters for this. Most of the guys do custom holsters anyway, but it might be a bit of a longer wait. So I'd say speak to H Custom Carry or speak to Southwest Holsters. I know Southwest Holsters make for the Gm21, but I'm not sure of the Gm23. So if you have a bit of a problem, I'm sure you can speak to the guys there, and they should be able to sort you out. This I think is really going to be good competition for the Olight PL Mini 2, because the Olight PL Mini 1 has been discontinued. This is going to be, I think, a torch to watch. This is actually a very surprising torch, and that for 1,000, let's say 1,500 Rand, where the PL Mini 2 is running over 2,000 Rand now, normal price. So I see a lot of the big shops have the Trustfire in stock already, or you can just order it from the website. And that's it, guys. That I think was a very successful test of the Gm23 Trustfire. This is a very good looking light, and I think this is going to be a manufacturer to look out for. I think they're going to have quite a big share of the market in future. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the description for where to buy it. Please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Cheers.